As you may know, 6 months ago, we built this time capsule and made a call to organizations and companies around the Northwest and around the world for that matter, and asked them if they'd like to put something in this vessel. We also had a contest and asked the general public if they personally had items that they would like to put inside. We thought we'd get a great response, but we got a fantastic response thanks to you all. All in all, there's over 100 items that are going to go inside of this. We want to keep the bulk of them a secret for those that get to open this time capsule 43 years from now, but I do want to tell you about a few of them. We received a Purple Heart from military veteran Kevin Cameron, who served for the United States while in Iraq. We also got Lenny Wilkins, this is one of my favorites. We got Lenny Wilkins' World Championship belt buckle for the Sonics from 1979. And he wore it, you can tell it's kind of worn. He signed the back, it's very cool. Charles Smith Winery gave us not just a regular bottle of wine, they gave us a bottle of K. Vintner's 2006 Royal City Syrah, which was the first wine in Washington to get a perfect score through Wine Enthusiast. We also placed a flash drive in here that has interviews that we conducted with Mayor Durkin, there's Mayor Durkin's brother, by the way, hi Tim, Governor Jay Inslee, Megan Jasper, Louis Red from Uzel's Chicken, and many, many others. Speaking of Uzel's Chicken, for those that are hungry when they open this 43 years from now, we have gift certificates from Top Hot Donuts, from Uzel's Chicken, and Dick's inside. It's only appropriate. With that, I want to share with you the final items that are going to go in before we cap this time capsule. 2019 was a big year. Edgar got inducted into the Hall of Fame. Ichiro played his final game for the Mariners and announced his retirement. And of course, Felix pitched his last game. So with that, we have 3 baseballs signed by each of the players. We also have this great photo by Anthony May of Felix as he leaves the field for the last time. I have to make sure I mention this. This baseball came out of my collection, the one with Edgar. My son, who's 10 right now, he'll be about my age in 43 years. I'd love for him to get this back if I'm not here to give it to him myself. Is Faye here? Faye. Hi, Faye. So again, going back to that contest that we had, thank you, Henry, of asking people from the general public if they had things they'd like to put in. We got this amazing email from Faye Blackburn and talked about her husband, Reed, who happened to be covering the eruption of Mount St. Helens. Unfortunately, Reed passed away during the blast, and we were really fortunate to receive some of these items. Faye, thank you to you and your family for giving those. It's an honor for us to be able to include these and extend Reed's legacy into 2062. Thank you so much. Seattle also in 2019 said goodbye to a piece of our history and also a chance to welcome one of our new pieces of our skyline. So with that, we have a piece of the viaduct and also some dirt that was dug up by Bertha. Where are my friends from Nordstrom? Are you guys in the house? Hello, Nordstrom. Thank you so much for joining us today. What is fashion going to look like in 2062? Well, Nordstrom helped answer that question with some custom-made materials and some great sketches. Non-binary was one of the words or the descriptions I heard, which is fantastic. That way me and my wife can share clothes. That's fantastic. So Nordstrom, thank you very much for including this. Again, we're honored to be able to include this as well. He's not able to join us today, but Stephen Cosgrove is the author of Weedle on the Needle. How many of you knew that at nighttime, the light that blinks at the top was the Weedle's nose? If you didn't raise your hand, you can't be from here. We'll teach you, though. So anyway, we have here the original manuscript and a first run press of the Weedle on the Needle book. Thank you, Stephen. I know you can't be here, but thank you for donating this. Not last, but one of the last items came from Megan Jasper and Sub Pop Records. We have test pressings of Nirvana's album Bleach here. We're very, very happy to have that. We also have a Mudhoney cassette, albums from Shabazz Palaces, and a box of CDs from Fleet Foxes. We really hope that Seattle continues to be this music hub in 2062, much like it is today. And thank you to Sub Pop for your continued work with emerging artists. So as you can see, we're trying to get this stuff organized well, make sure that it's insulated and protected in the capsule. But at this time, for the final item, I'd like to invite Heidi Detmer from NHL Seattle to come and join us. Thank you, Heidi. Why don't you spin that around for everyone to see? Would you mind telling us what's in the capsule?
Yeah, no problem. So, NHL Seattle, the #1 question we get is, what is the team name going to be? So here in this envelope, we have the final 5 names. And early of next year, we plan to announce one of these names that will be the team name. So we're super excited that at the Space Needle's 100th birthday, fans will be able to open this after the team's been established and playing here and see what the team name could have been.
Do you have a favorite?
I'm going to stay neutral on that for now. I don't want to give anything away.
All right, let's find a space for that.
Okay.
Awesome, thank you. At this time, I'd love to have Faye join us down here as well. And can I have one of our friends from Nordstrom come down as well? As soon as they finish boxing everything up, we're going to place that lid on the top. And I'll have you guys help me screw the final screws into it. Okay. So I didn't do a great job of explaining what Nordstrom did. So why don't you tell us who you are, and please tell us a little bit more about what you gave us.
Awesome. So I'm Justine Christopher. I'm a part of the NPG program at Nordstrom. With us, we have the print studio as well as one of our designers. We were really excited to enter this into the time capsule. We really wanted to take things that were really nostalgic, so things that have lasted like 18th century toile, watercolor, and as well as like botanical ideas and dye effects, and really give it like a twist of what we thought maybe in 2062 what it would look like. So that was kind of our idea, but also thinking like what is going to change? Like the climate's going to be different in the, in the future, as well as like going for more like non-binary and different things. So that's what
Awesome.
we wanted to interject.
Thank you so much. And again, this is Faye Blackburn. And Faye, thank you for coming all the way from Vancouver to join us once again. I talked a little bit about Reed, but I can't do anywhere as great a job as you. Can you tell us a little bit about what you've given us for the time capsule?
My husband, Reed Blackburn, was covering the Mount St. Helens, not the eruption, but prior to the eruption, for the Columbian newspaper, National Geographic, and the USGS. He died during the eruption from the blast, and about a week or two later, our staff went and recovered everything that was in his car, which is where he also died. So I have cameras and all sorts of other artifacts that are amazingly intact in some places, even though they went through that extreme blast as well. And I find them very interesting. I think in 43 years, no one will have seen another eruption. It'll be interesting for those to open it and see what it actually felt like. You can feel the ash on some of the cameras. The ash is embedded in some of the lenses, and I hope it will pique some interest in both my husband's legacy and the mountain.
Thank you, Faye. Before I forget, is Andreas, Mr. Breet, thank you for joining us. Andreas he's done a couple of things here at the Needle. One was he built this time capsule for us. In fact, I might have you come up and say a few words about it. And then also, Andreas helped build an important piece for the renovation that we did last year, where he, what would you describe it? It was I'm going to give the mic to you so you can talk about it.
Let's start with Ndulu. Ndulu is a name. I'm from Africa, so South Africa. So all my creations has got African names. And Ndulu means an animal like an elephant or a giraffe that can reach high. So I gave it the name Ndulu. So if you guys saw the pictures, you will see Ndulu on top of the beam and Breed at the bottom. But it lifted these glasses up, was 2,300 pounds, I think, each. And engineering-wise, actually was impossible because this floor out here wasn't supportive enough to do that. But we overcome it with a lot of diet as we design a machine, a lot of things. But anyway, that was, I had white hair before, gray hair. Now I have white gray hair.
And can you tell us about the time capsule?
Time capsule was really just a pleasure to do. It was an honor to do. And I actually donated it. And one thing I'm going to review, I got a letter in there too. And the letter is to my grandkids and the people that will come after me. And one thing that I really set at the bottom of that is I hope by the time they open this time capsule, we will have got rid of plastic. So, you know, plastic, I think, is our future problem. I just read an article that there's even in the molecules of our air we're breathing every day, there's already plastic particles you breathe in every day. So hopefully we're going to be, by the time they open it and they look at this plastic, what was that? So that's my prayer.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Let me have that. Yeah. We have some photos, by the way. All of you, I believe, are on this. Jose, where's Jose? It's everyone that's in attendance is in the time capsule as well. Thank you guys very much. And Jose, thank you to you. I'd be remiss also if I didn't thank the Space Needle team. Randy Cote, Henry Lee, Allison Soma, Jasmine, Caroline. Thank you all so much to you and all of our Space Needle team members. Thank you all very much. So with that, it's time to cap this thing. And I know this lid is directional, so I'm going to lead you. This goes on the back. Awesome. Thank you. All right. Thank you. Faye, I'm going to give you the honors of putting in the first screw. Come on over to this side. Get you lined up. I'll put it right here in place and come on over on my side here. Oop. Give it a shot. Okay, let's try. Hang on. Stop. Here we go. Oh, there it goes. Awesome. Thank you. Heidi? Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Here you are. Great. Thank you all very much. We'll see you in 2062. Thank you.